Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Your Solution. So today we will be discussing on the grammar topic an agent in a sentence, and it will be further guided by Shilajit Chatterjee. Hope you like the video. So let's not waste more time and jump into the video. But before that, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe our channel Your Solution, and obviously hit the notification bell button for further updates.
So, what is meant by an agent of a sentence? In this example, the man is playing the guitar. The man is actually performing the action of playing the guitar. So, the man is the doer or the initiator of the action. The man is playing the guitar and the action is being performed on the guitar, which is known as the object or the receiver of the action. In the next example, a substitute teacher is teaching my students. So in this example, the substitute teacher is actually performing the task of teaching the students. So the substitute teacher is the agent or the doer of the action or the initiator of the action. So in English grammar, the doer of the action or the initiator of the action is known as the agent of the sentence. So as we can see that in the above two examples, the man is playing the guitar and a substitute teacher is teaching my students. The agent is placed in the position of the subject. That is, the agent is actually starting the sentence. The agent is placed at the beginning of the sentence in both these examples. So, what is actually an agent? In English grammar, the agent identifies the person or the thing which initiates or performs an action in a sentence. So, the performer of the action is known as the agent, as I have mentioned earlier. And one more thing that needs to be added over here is that in the active voice, the agent precedes the action, and in the passive voice, the agent follows the action. So this statement will become clearer as we take a few more examples later in the video. In another example, the old lady swallowed a fly. In this example, the old lady is performing the action of swallowing the fly. Hence, she is the doer of the action. So, she is known as the agent of the sentence. And here also, you can see that the agent is placed in the position of the subject. That is, the agent is starting the sentence. In English grammar, when we put the agent in the position of the subject of the sentence, it is called active voice. So, what is the rule of an active voice? That the agent should be placed at the beginning of the sentence. Okay? Or in other words, if we start a sentence with the doer or the agent, we are actually using the active voice. We can see that in active voice, the agent is actually preceding the action. Here we can see that the agent, the old lady, is preceding the action of swallowing. In another example, we can see over here a fly was swallowed by the lady. So the meaning of these two sentences are the same. It is just that this sentence has been structured in a little different way. We can see over here that the agent, that is the old lady, is placed not at the beginning of the sentence but at the end of the sentence. Okay, so when we put the agent in the position of the object or receiver or at the end of the sentence, it is called the passive voice. So here the agent is placed in the position of the object, that is at the end of the sentence. So when a sentence is structured in this manner, it is called a passive voice sentence. One more thing which needs to be mentioned in these two examples is that both in the active case and in the passive case, the agent remains the same, only its position in the sentence changes. In the active case, the agent is coming at the beginning of the sentence, and in the passive case, the agent is coming at the end of the sentence. However, in both these sentences, the agent remains the same. The agent is the old lady. So let us take a few more examples. Here, Jack kicked the ball. So Jack is actually performing the action of kicking the ball. So Jack is the doer of the action, he is the initiator of the action, and thus he is the agent of the sentence. Similarly, Shane plays music. Shane here is the doer of the action and he is the agent. Tony wrote a play. Here also Tony is the agent. So here we can see that the agent is coming at the beginning of the sentence. So these are examples of active voice sentences. Similarly, in the last video, Tony wrote a play. The agent is coming at the beginning of the sentence. That is, the agent is starting the sentence. So it is also an example of an active voice sentence. So all these three are examples of active voice sentences. And in these examples, the play was written by Shakespeare. We can see that Shakespeare is actually performing the action of writing the play. So Shakespeare is the doer of the action, but however, the Shakespeare, that is the agent of the action, is not coming at the beginning of the sentence. Rather than that, the agent is coming at the end of the sentence. Similarly, in the next two examples, the agent here, the singer, is actually performing the task of finishing the recital, and here the baker is performing or doing the action of making the cake. So all these three, the Shakespeare, the singer, the baker, all these three are the doer of the action, but however they are placed at the end of the sentence. So such a sentence is known as a passive voice, where the agent comes at the end of the sentence. Now let us look at what is known as the object or receiver or the recipient of the action. Here the word guitar is actually receiving the action of the man. So the word guitar is the object or the receiver of the action. Similarly, in the next example, a substitute teacher is teaching my students. Here the students are receiving the action of the substitute teacher, that is, the substitute teacher is teaching the students and the students are receiving that teaching of that substitute teacher. So the students here are known as the object or the receiver of the action. So in a passive sentence, in an active sentence, the object or the receiver comes at the end of the sentence. However, in a passive sentence, the object comes at the beginning of the sentence. So the agent is the doer of the action and the object is the receiver of the action, that is, the object is being acted upon by the agent or the subject of the sentence. The object here is being acted upon by the agent. So the object is the receiver or the recipient of the action, and the agent here is actually initiating the action. So this was all about what is an agent in English grammar. I hope I have been able to explain this very basic concept in a nice manner, and I promise that I will be back with more such videos on English grammar.